Well, what in the world happened here? And I leave for 3.5 to 4 days, and this community does some wild things, so smash the ever-living crap out of that Extox Hydra button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. When I saw this over the weekend, while I was at Gen Con, I had to do an actual double take on this, because that is incredibly crazy to see. So, I mean, it's what, 2 monsters you control that were special summoned from the extra deck to make this. This isn't even a good super poly target. It's just, hey, you can dump however many things you need into this. So monster opponent controls with the same card type, synchro, attribute, link, or whatever as the materials used for this card's fusion summon lose attack equal to their own attack, which will make everything basically 0. And when this card inflicts 1,000 or more damage to your opponent, you draw 1 card for every 1k damage that you inflict. Now, it's a draw 2, which is kind of cool. If you, depending on what you can, slam into this thing to make it, I mean, it has its uses. I'm not saying that they're good uses, but from what from what I was reading, it looks like this is like some shenanigans right now to be discussed with good old Genesis format. So depending on where this goes, because I mean, like, you're suddenly seeing buyouts on the QCR copy. Not that it's a good QCR copy, but I mean, like, it's got its uses. Come on, guys. I get that there's like cool ideas and like hype for Genesis format, but watching this card's curve kind of go up and like the small amount of copies that do sell, it's just one of those things. It's like when you see, somebody moving like 6 to 7 copies of these off of the market, it can't help but trigger a, warning sign to people and go, why did suddenly, all these Extox Hydras go when, it was deemed a pretty bad card? I mean, yeah, trust me, I know. Dogmatika Fleurdelis, the Thunderbolt. This is still, I think, one of the best cards in Genesis format. Just kind of, do what it needs to do. Because it's 2,500. Technically, it's a Dragon's Mind target, which I don't really feel like we get to enjoy that in Genesis. But, that's fine. But during the main phase, I mean, if something special summon from the extra deck is on the field, it's a free special summon. And then it's a free pull out of Dogmatika trap card. And then, it's just a free 2,500 body that recruits for something else that you can work with on a level 8 with a 2,500k stat line. It doesn't actually seem too bad to me. There is an argument to like use this as like a stepping stone to kind of be able to get bigger bodies and bigger pressure on the field, which I mean is true, right? I mean, your caveat is just free body onto the field. Previously, we have seen other things like this come up. It's free extender presence, man. Holy crap, this card. Okay. You guys have been working crazy on Dogmatika Fleurdelis, the Thunderbolt. This thing has gone crazy. Holy crap. There are less than 20 listings on the secret rare for this. Okay, sure. So this card actually has that much application. I mean, when you're looking at the higher rarity version of this anyway, it's to be expected that, it's already going to be low in listings because it's, sure. While I was gone, you guys, you've done some great things to the market. I'm almost proud of you in a way that a degenerate could be proud of a community. Because coming back and seeing that, there's a bonfire over here in Extox Hydra, and then, see Dogmatika Fleurdelis going up again. I'm proud of you. Witch of the Black Forest. Really? So, a couple of cool things with Witch. So, if you guys paid attention to the OCG side of things, sorry, morning allergies. You saw that there was the yummy Dark Magical Curtain Witch of the Black Forest combo hybrid, where you would just be able to bring out Witch of the Black Forest and then, link off the Witch into, a link 1, and then the Witch triggers, grabs the yummy, and then remember, the yummy summoning conditions are not activated effects, so they do not actually conflict with Witch of the Black Forest. for the downside. Now, obviously, depending on which one you have to pull, you're not going to be able to use the added special benefits of those monsters. So keep that in mind. The job of this is, in that deck, it's to actually up the consistency of that, which is good. Now, there's also the case of the Clown Crew Chaos Ritual Light and Darkness pile. It's also been navigating towards including copies of this within the deck because it is a free little stepping stone for this. I do think that there is double-sided application to Witch of the Black Forest right now. I think there's a lot of people getting ready for Dark Magical Curtain that want to play this in whatever splashable variations that you can kind of build into it to be able to use. But also at the same time, I don't want to discount current meta application as well. The Sangan and Witch are both very good cards. The only difference is Witch gets the Dark Magical Curtain, which actually ups the consistency of the concept of this actually a lot more than it really should be worth. But I do think that that's really, really cool that we're finally starting to see, you know, this build up and things coming along with this. So, all right, cool stuff. Next up is Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King. First of all, I guess, I don't know who thinks that they've got the sauce on Masterpiece, but okay, I see you. I'm quite intrigued with this because every time Masterpiece comes up as a topic of conversation, you know, it's like, oh, that card's so broken. He's only immune to 2/3 of possible gameplay mechanics, and it's probably going to be Spell Monster like 90% of the time. Unfortunately, you know, if he gets impermed, he kind of just falls off into the wayside and just kind of cries himself to sleep. But right now, we're finally watching Masterpieces start to head up into the $15 to $16 range. Which isn't even too impressive, honestly. This is just a case of, hey, you know, Masterpiece has been a consistent, annoying little card throughout time. People like to look at it as, you know, one of those little collector's pieces. And obviously, they don't genuinely move as much as you would think. There's an argument to be had, you know, people still like the original Secret versions. And also, you know, even with True Draco's second wave of support that they got, which was great additions to the deck, it helped out a lot. But the problem was, you know, they're so afraid of Masterpiece as a card. They unfortunately underpowered everything that archetype actually stood for. So that was actually kind of sad to actually see. I still want True Draco to be a good deck. I think it was a really cool experience to actually see it come out. But man, it is just an absolute mess to see that, you know, they really just failed underneath that. So, that being said, what's going on with the Naruto chakras that were out? I will have later on this week a video talking about the game. I got the chance to sit down, do the creator session on Thursday night. We got the chance to kind of walk through a bunch of things. And, you know, I'll get to give my opinion on the game, which it was really cool. Now, there is a market for these Gen Con exclusive chakra cards that have the stamp on it, which is such a crazy thing to see, because from the stories I was hearing, because I didn't get to hear or see a lot of this, but there are people offering $1,000 a piece on these cards. I also heard there were a bunch of people that ended up getting kicked out because they were like waiting outside the doors or something. From what I was hearing, I was like, that's so crazy to hear this, that, you know, this promo card is going for $1,000. But there is no doubt in my mind that the Naruto game over the weekend was one of the most talked about experiences just walking around the con. You know, looking at what people were willing to spend on these cards, looking at the experiences of, you know, just the stories, reading about it on social media too. The game is, I am genuinely, like, I didn't expect to see this. And obviously, looking at your resale market at $1,000 a copy, it's crazy. It is. So I'll talk more about that later in the week, but yeah, that's the thing. So you guys have a good rest of your day and stay safe out there, alright? Peace out, guys.
Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.